The Daniel Bard starting experiment might just be over. And if the Red Sox don't find a way to fix this guy, they may be dealing with the second coming of Jabba Chamberlain. Hey everybody, it's Paulie. Welcome back to This Week in Red, where we're talking all things Red Sox and Major League Baseball. The centerpiece of the Red Sox offseason was converting setup man Daniel Bard to the starting rotation and making him a starter. It's something that Bard wanted throughout his career, and the Red Sox were finally ready to oblige because they were having a couple of issues in the rotation and were kind of a man short. So they went ahead with this experiment, but after 2+ months of the season, in my opinion, this has been a failed experiment. Daniel Bard cannot find the strike zone, and that was never clearer than over the weekend at the Rogers Center when Bard could not find the plate against the Toronto Blue Jays. He hit batters in this game, he walked 6, he gave up a 3-run homer, walked the bases loaded, and he basically had to be pulled in the second inning by Bobby Valentine for the safety of the Blue Jay players. It's time for the Red Sox to admit that Daniel Bard is not a starting pitcher. It's something that I've been saying ever since the season began. I think the Red Sox need him in the bullpen, but furthermore, they need to fix this guy. They need to find out what's wrong. They need to find out why his velocity isn't what it used to be. Is it because he's holding back and he's afraid and he wants to extend himself in games, that he's not throwing that 97, 98 mile-an-hour fastball? It's basically been missing this year, and that's a big problem for the Red Sox, and it's going to be an even bigger problem if this guy mentally becomes the new Jabba Chamberlain. Chamberlain has been mishandled by the Yankees. He doesn't have a real role with the team, even though he's injured right now. Before that, there's been no clear path as to whether Chamberlain's a starting pitcher or a relief pitcher, and it's resulted in a diminishment of his career. And the Red Sox are headed down that path with Daniel Bard if they don't fix this thing right now. So to me, the best solution, get Daisuke Matsuzaka up here. He can't possibly be worse than Daniel Bard in the rotation. And yes, he drives me and a lot of you guys, Matsuzaka does, nuts with walks and slow pitch counts and so forth and high pitch counts. But he can't be worse than Daniel Bard in this situation. Matsuzaka is programmed as a starting pitcher. Get him into that number 5 slot. Get Bard back into the bullpen where he can be more helpful. Put him back in his 8th inning role as long as you're sure that he's okay, and go from there. I know Bard wanted to be a starting pitcher, and that's who gets the big money in Major League Baseball. But it's also time to admit that it didn't work, cut your losses, and move on. Because if the Red Sox are going to make a move here in the pennant race over the summer, they need Daniel Bard to be a big contributor. And right now, as a starting pitcher, he is far from that. So for you guys, as you've watched Daniel Bard over the first 2+ months of the season, what have you seen? And do you also think that this experiment as a starting pitcher is a failure? Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and tell all your friends about This Week in Red.